In this video, we are going to learn how to use the baked ambient occlusion in Substance Painter to add local shadows to your model. You don't need to do this for all models, but sometimes when you're creating something that is more stylized or something that you want to add baked lighting to, using this technique can be really useful. If you don't know what ambient occlusion is, it is basically the local shadows that your model has. So if you look in this area, you have some local shadows in the section that occur due to how these objects are interacting. And if you go over here to the material and go to the mesh maps, you can kind of see that the ambient occlusion is very heavy in this area because these two objects are quite close to each other, and this part of the object right here forms a local shadow in the section. So we're going to use this ambient occlusion map to create more customized local shadows in the color that we want. To do this, I'm going to create a fill layer, and I'm going to add a color to this layer that is a dark blue. We can always change this later. This is just to test this out. And I'm going to add a black mask to this. Once I do that, I just add a fill to the mask so that I can use my ambient occlusion on the fill. If you click on this option right here, which brings up stuff that you can add to this, just type in ambient occlusion. Let's get rid of that. And here we have our ambient occlusion generator. So I'm going to put that on. And you see that it is adding this color everywhere except where we want the shadows to be. So all we need to do is go into this and invert it. And now it's adding those shadows just where they're supposed to be. So you see here we have those local shadows. We can change this and we can add a blur, and you can use this for any model where you want those local shadows. So now usually when you're in base color, let me also add a base layer to this so we can see the base color. So when you're within the base color layer, you can't usually see any shadows that your object has, but if you use the ambient occlusion, you can sort of fake those local shadows and get a nice stylized